I'm not me. I'm me. I'm not me. I'm not me. I'm me. I'm not me. Am I me? Let me see. Look like me. But when I'm me, I usually don't have a beard. This crap. What is this garbage? Am I me? I don't know. Do you know if I'm me? Am I me? Am I Albert Torcaso? Oh, yeah. YouTube says I'm not Albert Torcaso. Am I Albert Torcaso? Do you know who the heck I am? I look like me, but I got this garbage on me. Oh, gosh, I have had it. I don't know. Am I me? I don't know. Hello, Albert Torcaso. Where are you? Hello, Albert.
Hey, you remember me?
What?
You remember me?
Oh, you're that crazy lady that goes around doing all those phrases.
Yeah.
You, I remember, but who the hell am I? YouTube says I'm not me.
What are you
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
YouTube says I'm not me. I made a bunch of videos, and they keep saying that I violated my own copyright, the Albert Torcaso copyright, and they said that I can't use it because I'm not me. They said that I violated copyright even though I did stuff on stopping you smoke, I did stuff on how that your success is self-evident, and I did all these things with music with the National Session Players that gave me written legal permission, and YouTube keeps saying, you ain't you. You violated copyright. I violated myself and I didn't even know.
Well, I'd be the first person to tell them that you're you.
I'm you? I mean, I'm me?
Yeah.
How you know I'm me and I'm not somebody else?
Because you're the guy that tries to keep me from doing those phrases.
What phrases?
You know.
Refresh my memory. I don't know.
Like?
I can't see you. You ain't even here. I'm talking to myself. You ain't even on camera.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, remember?
Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That I remember you. That's against the law, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that I might be me.
Yeah, you are.
Well, explain this if I'm me, because I never see myself with this crap on my face. What's this? This came out of nowhere.
That's a mustache.
A what? A what?
A mustache.
A what?
A mustache.
I got a mustache. Let me see. You see that mustache? I don't usually have that. What about my hair?
Yeah, you still have that
Wait
comb.
a minute. I still have the comb over, but it don't look quite as fluffy.
Well, then I don't
Well, wait a minute. Get over here. You keep leaving it.
Well,
So you're saying I'm still me?
Yeah.
I dare you to push me again. Go ahead, push me again. Go ahead, push me again. Go ahead. God dare you to push me again.
No, that's
Why you going around pushing me? First YouTube kicking me out, my videos around, then you pushing me? What's next?
Sorry.
So you're saying I'm me?
Yeah, you're you.
Well, how come YouTube says I'm not me and they keep saying I'm violating my copyright?
They're crazy.
What?
They're crazy.
Oh, what you tell me for? Tell them they're crazy.
I'm telling you, you're crazy.
YouTube, you crazy? You crazy?
Every time I try to do a phrase, he comes around and catches me.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying I'm really me?
Yeah.
Now they
Uncle Charlie was a humble man, born deaf, mute, and blind. He sold pencils down on the corner for a nickel, 3 for a dime. Refusing to stand in a welfare line, he wasn't one to complain. And long after he passed on, fond memories of his smile remain. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, he was worth 10,000 more. When he died, the bar was raised 3/10, a perfect score.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm Chris Wise, co-host of the show Humanity Matters, and we have skills. This is Tuesday, July 3rd, 2012, and I want to introduce the host of Humanity Matters. It's Albert Torcaso!
Oh, my. I guess I'm really Albert Torcaso after all. Man, I didn't know that.
I told you.
Oh, she did tell me. All right, in case all of you were like, what was all that about? It's funny, but what was it all about? Well, everybody, as you know, I've been telling you that almost every month, YouTube keeps claiming I'm violating the Nashville Session Players copyright. But now they have stooped to a new, bizarre, and quite frankly, insane low. They now officially have said to me, I violated my own copyright, and they took away my monetization rights and accused me of violating my very own copyright because of the photograph that was in the background of my video that, of course, is also on YouTube, which had to deal with stop smoking. And they did this already now on 4 videos where they literally accused me of violating my very own copyright. So I thought one of the funny ways to deal with YouTube would be to just outright make fun of them and play this little role where I'm questioning if I'm really Albert Torcaso. But for the record, I am the one and the only host of Humanity Matters and other content. I am the real Albert Torcaso. And tonight, we have the real, the exciting, the super skilled gentleman, the one and the only John, photographer and graphic artist, Hill. How you doing, John Hill?
I'm great, great.
How does it feel to be a graphic artist? Is it exciting?
Yeah, it's great.
You get excited every day?
It's something I love to do.
Do you like to create things every day?
I do.
All right, well, you know what? We're going to let this young lady take care of her business, and then we're going to come back to you, and then it's going to be the John Hill Humanity Matters Day.
Sounds great.
All right, sounds great. All right, what do we do with the hellos, yo-yos, and whatever? Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to call Donna with the phone number, so we may not get our Donna call today, which would not be good. So go ahead and take care of the business, Annette. And now back to Annette.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Annette, co-host of Humanity Matters, and I just have a few hellos I want to throw out there. We want to say hi to Vanessa at Great Clips in Squirrel Hill, and say hi to Michelle at Carnegie Library in Sparrow, the guards at the Carnegie Library in Oakland. And I want to say hi to Elaine.
Grab the mic, grab the mic.
Oh, sorry. I want to say hi to Elaine and to Lori from Walgreens and to Kay Brown and Devontae, who we met at the seminar. We didn't forget you.
Don't say the name of the seminar. And start over since you didn't have the microphone, and get to the microphone, please.
Okay. I want to say hi to Vanessa at Great Clips in Squirrel Hill, and to Michelle at Carnegie Library in Sparrow, the guards at the Carnegie Library in Oakland. And I want to say hi to Elaine, who we met in the Giant Eagle parking lot in Greenfield. And to Lori from Walgreens in the cosmetics department. We didn't forget you. And Kay and Devontae, we didn't forget you. We said that we were going to do a shout out, and that's what we're doing right now. So we hope you did what we were discussing that night. And I hope everything turns out for you.
All right, and let me go ahead and...
No, I have an announcement.
Oh, you have an announcement. I'm sorry, she slapped me around again. First in the video, now in real life. Just slap Albert Torcaso Day, I guess.
I want to announce an orientation workshop at the Hazelwood YMCA on August 5th, 2012 at 2 p.m. if you want to learn how to produce your own TV show, like Albert Torcaso here, who said I slap him around, but I give him credit because he does a wonderful job every month. And if you want to do the same thing he does and find out how hard it is to do, because it's not easy,
No, it ain't.
go to the Hazelwood YMCA on August 5th, 2012 at 2 p.m. and learn how to produce your own show. That's all I wanted to tell you.
So I'm allowed now.
Now back to our host, Albert Torcaso.
And now back to slapping Albert Torcaso around. No, I'm sorry. All right, so Kay and Devontae was the names, correct?
Yes.
This is a message, real quick, a sidebar, if you will, for Kay and Devontae. I said, you in a slapping me again.
Their last name
Then she's
is
gonna
Brown.
slap me around. Here, go ahead. Oh, that hurt.
I just
We gonna
wanted
do
to
it again?
I just wanted
We
to
gonna try to get John to slap me too? You know, we're not supposed to be slapping Albert around here.
I just
I am the
want-
host, man. Come on.
I just wanted you
Can
to
you
get,
slap Chris instead of me? Sorry, I'm just
I
kidding.
just wanted you to get their last name.
Kane
on
Devontae
there.
Brown.
Yes.
Can you say it again?
Kay and Devontae Brown.
Say it faster.
Kay and Devontae Brown.
Faster.
Kay and Devontae Brown.
I'm sorry. All right, back to normal. It was kind of funny, isn't it?
Why is she falling for that?
I don't know, because I'm bad. I get everybody to fall for stuff. Anyway, Kay and Devontae, I do seriously want to say something, and that is that you did go to the seminar, and you made a decision to purchase the item, one of the items at that seminar. And it was a very big risk for you financially. Let me just say, I said this to you when I was there, and I will say this again. If you follow the plan, none of us can guarantee that it will work. But if you follow the plan, I can guarantee you will learn something. And ultimately, you will go from where you are now financially to you will start moving up. Now, it may not be what they promised, and I have nothing to do with that plan. You know that. But it may not be what they promised. It may be something that depresses you every now and then. But if you stay with it, if you follow it, what I can tell you is that either that will work for you and you will get out of the financial situation you're in and possibly become a very wealthy few people. But what I will say to you is stick with it. And when you want to quit, when you are at your worst, you're discouraged, and you're just ready to give up, don't. Because trust me, every time I do this show, I go through obstacles that you would not believe. And every day of my life, I go through obstacles that you would not believe just to get my daily stuff done. Because of the financial situation I'm in, it is below extreme. I mean, it's worse than extreme. And Chris's financial situation, and Annette's financial situation, we are considered among the most impoverished people on earth. That's why I'm telling you, the plan K that you have can take you from wherever you are financially. I don't know if you're low end financially, middle class, or already wealthy. That plan, if you utilize it, can help you. And if it isn't that plan, get all the information you can, learn everything you can out of it, and then get another plan, a less expensive plan, and keep researching, but never give up. And I asked you to give me a call on Monday, so I'm asking you again to give me a call at my cell phone number, which I won't give on the air, but trust me when I tell you, you did the right thing. Now, there's going to be people in your family that might be cussing you out and people doubting you. Don't let them, because I'm going to tell you something. God wants you to succeed. And I'm not Mr. Religious at all, but your success is self-evident. Go to my YouTube page that I told you about, because your success really is self-evident. Now, with that, I want to get back to the meat and potatoes of the show. And it is this young man that I was lucky enough to meet, because we are both in the process of improving, educating ourselves, and improving our personal situations. And I was honored to meet the young man next to me. And without further ado, we're going to reintroduce the guy that never been on TV up until today for more than 5 minutes. But it's the one and the only John Hill. He is a graphic artist. He has some works here he's going to talk about. But we're going to defer for a minute, John. And we're going to start out with the young lady. She's going to ask you a question, whatever she wants to ask you. Then I'll ask you my questions, because I'm Mr. Question Man. I mean, I'll ask you so many questions, your head might spin. So we're going to let Annette start off, and then she's going to pass the mic to the young man, Chris, and then I'll start with my stuff. Because I'm interested in everything you do, both the photography and the graphic artist part.
Okay.
I want to know everything. And I want you to address me and, of course, our lovely audience. And remember that you will be answering calls if we get any calls. But you know what? You know what number they have to call? They have to call 412-231-2288. That's the number they have to call. But right now, guess what? Let's go with Annette. Annette,
Okay.
you're on.
Okay, John, I'd like to know, what are your favorite subjects? Pets, animals, children, flowers. What do you like to photograph and draw the most?
Can you use the microphone? Use the
Yeah.
microphone.
Recently, I've been getting into macro photography,
What's
which taking pictures of really small objects like bugs, flies, and getting a different perspective on flowers, you know, stuff that you just don't see and normally see, which, you know, I find very, very interesting.
Follow-up questions? Or do you want to defer to Chris?
In the future, are you going to get involved with models? You know, people posing for you and...
Oh, that would be great. I mean, if the job calls for it, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll photograph or draw or, you know, whatever I have to do. I mean, because posters, advertisements, they use models all the time. So I'm sure that'll be, you know, somewhere in my future.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Here's Chris Weiss.
To my understanding, John, that you were
Get a little bit closer to the microphone.
started very young at doing artwork and stuff like that. But what inspired you, and who inspired you to keep doing it, instead of like putting it down and criticize you for doing the art at such a young age?
Well, I loved to do it when I was younger. And my parents, they've always encouraged me, you know, and parents, teachers, friends, they've always said that I had a talent. Even though, you know, I didn't go to school for it until recently, you know, I've always been into art, drawing all the time, and at a very young age, I used computers. So it just happened that everything came together, the art with the computers, Photoshop, Illustrator, and other programs like that became kind of easy.
Okay.
Did you go to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh?
No, I went to CCAC,
Oh.
and they have a really nice program there, and instructors and professors there who are actually, you know, they're taking talent that you do have and actually showing you the techniques and the right things to do, which if you didn't take these courses, you really wouldn't know that, you know, this picture looks better this way, and for what reason.
I also have recently found out that you also have designed your own video game.
Well, I was a designer in a video game, Medal of Honor, which came out around 2000, and I was a skinner for that game, which if you opened the game by default and looked at your guns and, you know, your weapon skins, they looked a certain way, and I would change those. And I've had thousands of downloads where people would download it, put it on their computer, and when they open up the game, there's my gun, you know. And, you know, I was very well known in that circle for a while.
Did you make money on that?
No, I did all that for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
That's
taught
a lot.
myself Photoshop and started doing that, and I really became popular doing all that. And I just enjoyed doing it, you know. I was working somewhere else, not anywhere doing art, but as far as a hobby, you know, I would do weapon skins and recreate sniper rifle guns and everything else in the game. And, you know, I had to teach myself on what to do.
Now, if you would got an idea to do a video game, would you be able to do it?
Well, as far as art concept, yeah, probably. But as far as the workings of a video game, I can play a game and tell you if it's good or bad. And, you know, by looking at it, I can tell you if it looks bad or if it looks, you know, a little cheesy. But as far as art aspects of the game, I could probably do.
Do you do animation?
No, I don't do any animation. I've worked with the simple animation in Photoshop, and as far as traditional animation like flip books, I've done that as well. But I really would love to actually get into that as well.
Okay. I have an idea of interesting video games that I had a vision of about 5 years ago, and I still haven't figured out how to get it done, but maybe we could talk after the show on how to do this.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to talk about it during the show because then somebody may take your idea and that would not be good. Seriously, I mean, I'm all about being a cooperative and society and trying to help each other. But when people take from you, they're doing wrong.
Well, I think with the video game industry now, I've read a lot of them are actually closing up shop. And even ones that have just released video games, which it kind of blows my mind, you know.
Right.
Video games costing $60, and you know, and then they sold a lot, and then you hear about them shutting down.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, you know what? As soon as you answer that question, what's replacing them, if you know, we have a call coming in.
Sure.
Yes, we're going to put you to work, John.
Well, there's
I'm gonna do
plenty of video game makers out there, so you know, it's just, you know, it's like, what kind of drink do you want to buy?
Right.
You know, someone's going to come in and replace something.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. You see that on the monitor?
Yes.
You want to answer that call for us?
Yeah. Caller?
Hello?
Try it again.
Caller, what's your question?
I don't have no questions. I called to aggravate Al.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Donna, you called.
Hello?
That's Diane.
We can't hear you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, speak up.
Is Diane on the phone or am I on the phone?
You're on the phone.
Okay, 'cause I hear Diane's voice.
Well, I don't know how you hear Diane's voice. I'm not Diane.
I know you're not Diane.
Well, will you speak to John, please?
Hi, John. How are you, honey? Oh, my God. I hear that humming.
We're hearing a lot of humming. She said, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
She called you the H word. But
Honey?
I'm not, yeah, she
Oh.
said that. I'm not repeating that. I'm sorry.
I call everybody
that's fine.
honey. If you like
Yeah, but I'm not
it.
repeating that. I'm sorry. I got to draw the line there. All right, Donna, he said he's fine. Anything you want to say?
Don't ask what's for dinner 'cause I have no clue.
Don't ask what's for dinner because you have no clue. But would you ask John a question about photography?
I don't know. What's the best camera to buy?
Huh?
What's the best camera to buy?
What's the best camera to buy?
Well, I use a Canon DSLR camera, but whatever you can get your hands on.
Oh, hold on a minute. You said you use a Canon DSL camera.
DSLR camera, yeah.
Okay, but you didn't tell us a model.
Well, it's a T3i. I have a couple of them. A Canon T3i, which has video, and it also has a live view mode to
Okay.
it, which is really good for macro photography to do a live view where you don't have to put your eye in the
Now,
viewfinder.
do you have to have a specialized lens for that? Macro lenses?
Well, there's a trick to, if you can't afford, macro lenses are expensive.
I know.
Yeah, like the ones I'm looking at are around $600.
Holy mouse.
And that's, you know, that's low end.
Yeah.
But there is a trick where you can turn your prime lens around, with like a 55 millimeter lens, turn it
Okay.
around, and you have like a $10 special mount. And you would have to get up close to the subject, maybe 3 or 4 inches. But you can take some incredible macro photography
Have you
shots.
done that?
Oh, I have a couple examples here.
Oh, good.
Where I
Well, we're
actually
going to
did
look
it.
at some of these examples, but Donna,
Okay, I
don't
have
you
another
have some hellos to say?
Yeah, hold on a minute. I got another question.
Well,
If
speak
you
up
have-
louder because we can't
If
hear
you're
you.
ta- If you have a cell phone that takes pictures, is there a way you can get the pictures off of the camera to get them developed?
Yeah, well, depending on the type of phone you have, I've had an iPhone before, and I've had a Nokia Windows phone, and all you do is hook it up to your computer, and it should show up under my computer as a drive. Then you can open that and go into the folders, and you'll see your pictures most of the time in there, and drag those onto your desktop.
Okay, now if you do not have a computer, you can go to, can you go to like a place like, say, one of these stores that do instant photos, if they have a machine, does that work? Or
If
no?
your phone has a memory card in it, which
Okay.
some phones do,
You
you can take that out and take it to
Okay.
Walmart, Walgreens,
Right.
and they'll go ahead and make your photos from that
So
video.
if
from
you
that
have a memory card, but if you don't, and you don't have access to a computer, you're pretty much toast.
Well, yeah, you can send it in email if you have online capabilities.
All right.
Send it through email to somebody who will print it out.
Okay.
You know, but if you don't have online and you just have the
Right.
phone and no computer,
Right.
then you're just stuck in looking at the picture on your phone.
Oh, boy. Well, all right. Well, Donna, how about we move to the hellos? And by the way, I want to say hello to the Cavendish family. Yes, I'm actually saying hi to Stephen Cavendish, so hopefully he's watching.
Come to an end, people. The world is coming to an end. El Torcaso just said the Cavendish family on live TV.
I just said what?
You just said the Cavendish family live on TV.
Yes, I did. A hello to the entire Cavendish family. And matter of fact, happy birthday to Chucky Cavendish. How do you like that one, Donna?
Oh my, hi, Steve.
Well, according to YouTube, you're not Al, so.
I'm not Albert, though, according to YouTube, so maybe I'm the imposter.
Did
It's
Brian
okay.
show up?
That's a good one. I like that, John. That was good.
Al, did Brian show up?
No, he didn't.
No, Brian didn't show up.
Oh, hi, Brian. They miss you. Hi, Steve.
You already said hi to
Yeah, I
Steve.
can say Steve's name all I want.
Say it again.
Hi, Steve. There, Steve. Happy birthday to Chucky. Happy birthday to Trinity. Happy birthday to Denise. Happy birthday to Freedom. Happy birthday to Dakota. And happy birthday to Sage.
You forgot one happy birthday.
Who?
You forgot a very important happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the whole United States.
Yeah, that would be it. The United States of America, Independence Day is tomorrow, the 4th
I
of
know,
July,
that's Trinity's
2012.
birthday. That's Trinity's birthday.
You don't forget America's birthday.
How could I?
Well,
No, I
you
don't
just
know.
did.
And you know what? And I'm not going to tell you what's for dinner no more, because you know why?
Why?
Every time I tell people what's for dinner, nobody never shows up.
Well, it's not my fault they don't show up. I show up.
No, but I mean, I tell your viewers to come to the house.
Well, that's just
have
more
dinner,
for me.
And then they don't show up.
They don't call me Fat Albert for nothing. I'm
gonna
just
smack your
teasing.
ass.
Just teasing. I didn't say
hear
that.
that.
You did not hear that.
Yeah, you didn't hear that is right.
No, you didn't. Oh, that's right. I am fat. I
I'm
forgot.
going to smack your ass.
You can't hit me. I'm over here.
Wait until I see you.
You can't hit me just because I'm fat. Jeez.
You're not fat, so
So you
stop.
better not gain any weight or she'll hit you because
got
you're
a
fat.
sexy
No,
body, so just
it's
stop.
an inside joke. Say what
I
now?
said? I said you got a sexy body, so just stop.
No comment. Shut up. Don't say that on here.
Well, I did.
Say that to John, please. Don't say it to me here.
Dawn, you got a sexy body too, honey.
I'm your dad.
You ain't my dad. You wish, honey. I'm from West Virginia. If you're my dad.
Oh, I'm your dad, and we're not from West Virginia. Will you quit? You got Eric laughing in the control room here.
Hi, Eric. Good. I'm glad I got him laughing.
Oh my
I was
God!
gonna get
You got
killed.
Eric laughing. You got other people laughing. What are you doing? Trying to make people laugh or something?
Yeah, because it ain't always all
What?
serious talk. You have to laugh because laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, you know what?
That's true.
Well, if you tell people laughter is the best medicine, Pfizer's going to be upset because they won't be able to sell any of their prescription drugs anymore.
Well. But Chris is supposed to be picking up dinner, and so is Dennis. So I don't know. And Dennis has been gone all day.
Oh boy.
And Dennis
Well,
is finally getting help.
yeah, Dennis definitely needs some help. But we're going to go back to our regular caller, our other callers.
Dennis almost killed me on Saturday, people. If I wouldn't have held onto the wall in my metal cabinet in the hall, I would have hit my head and my neck on the arm of the couch. And
I know. Well, that's serious business. But you know, you shouldn't have done that because now Cherokee's going to know, and Dennis is going to be in extreme trouble.
How do you know if Cherokee watches it?
Cherokee watches it.
Cherokee does not. He don't even.
Cherokee watches it. Let's not argue. Cherokee watches it.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you talk to Diane. Hi, Diane. I'll talk to you later, honey.
All right, God bless you.
God
And
bless
then I'm going to have to make a comment now that you put me in hot water.
Aw, too bad.
Thanks a lot
Oh,
here.
you're welcome. Anytime. I'll be glad to put you in hot water.
What temperature is the water?
I'm tapping out here on live television.
You do that.
I got to talk to this man, so I'm moving forward. God bless you and
Thank
good
you
night.
for not rushing me. I appreciate that.
Well, God bless you.
God bless you too, and be careful.
You're well. I mean, thank you,
You're
and I
welcome.
will.
John, you be careful too, honey.
Yeah. I'm glad you
Brian,
told
Stewie
John
said
to be
hi,
careful. Thank you for telling him that. He needs
You're
to
welcome.
take care of himself.
I will try.
Brian all right, that's
Oh, my
fine.
gosh.
Brian and Stewie said hi to everybody.
Yeah. We're moving forward.
All right, bye.
Ay, mamma mia. It looks like you might have another call. You want to get this call? It's a little bit dangerous, but you get it. I ain't getting it.
Caller,
You
what's
get
your
it.
question?
Uh-oh. You're in trouble. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Diane. I'm his sister. I have some sad news to tell you today. Andy Griffin just passed away. Andy Griffin on the Andy Griffin show.
I already have it on my credits, Diane. I already know
He
that.
was 86 years old.
I already know that.
The birthday is today is Tom Cruise. He's 50.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, this guy named John over here.
John.
Can you hear me now?
Not too well, but go ahead and ask John a question.
Hey, now, John, has any of your stuff been at the Freedom Art Festival, your art pictures?
I can't understand what the question is.
About the Arts Festival.
Okay, have you ever entered into the Arts Festival, I guess?
No, I just moved to Pittsburgh a little over a year and a half ago. And I did enter one of my pieces in Art All Night, which they have every year in April.
Right.
And a few friends of mine in school were suggesting that, you know, we put a piece in the show. It's free to do.
Right.
And you have an opportunity for people to look at your artwork
Right.
and sell it.
Right.
And I ended up selling my photo.
Wow.
In Art All Night, which was fantastic.
That's great. And it got you some recognition.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the next question, Diane? You're going to speak up.
Have a safe 4th of July, and don't let any kids stand near round flowers because they're dangerous. And
I
John,
can't understand what you're saying,
and
Diane.
you wear that seatbelt, because my brother will tell you, wear that seatbelt. I don't know where you're from, but wear that seatbelt.
Okay, wear the
Have
seatbelt,
a
she
safe-
said. I understood that part.
Have a safe 4th of July out there, John, and Al, and Annette, and Chris.
Okay, well, Diane, we seem to have some kind of a technical buzz or something going on. It's having a hard time hearing what you're saying, so we're going to go ahead and...
In the background, but I did.
Okay, we're going to move forward, Diane, because we're having a difficulty understanding what you're saying. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. She said something about the Art All Night and also have a safe 4th of July and to wear your seatbelt.
Oh, yeah.
And that's right. to
I
do
always
that.
wear my seatbelt.
All right. Now, can I get my questions in, people? I'm sorry. I'm kidding. All right. I would like you to, first of all, let's have you hold up your portfolio and see how that works. Now, audience, we may or may not have a good shot. We're going to make an attempt. So focus in on as best you can. You know, look at the TV. And then I have some questions for John. And believe me, I have quite a bit of questions, including these bottles of water, it looks like.
Well, this,
How did you do that?
I turned the lens around
Right.
and had that mount, which
Right.
only cost like $10.
All right.
And took a picture of this fly.
All right. That's a fly.
It's a
Regular
fly.
Normal
It's a
fly.
But the macro photography, of course, is you never
How'd you
see-
get the fly not to go?
well, that fly is no longer alive.
Oh, you killed the poor fly. You're mean.
It wouldn't stop moving, and it was for a project, so I had to kill it.
You
But,
fly killer.
yeah. Well,
I'm
you
just
know,
teasing.
yeah.
You
But-
don't kill on you,
Did
man.
you give it a decent burial?
No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're bad. Flush them down the toilet, but that's all right. Let's not go there, peoples. All right, and now tell us about this and show it to the camera, please.
Okay. Well, these are some. This is actually.
Tell us how you did it, please.
I sold this one, the green
Okay,
bottle,
yeah.
at the Art All Night show.
All right.
Well, I had these on the stand upside down. They were hanging upside down.
Right.
And I would just take the photos. So they were actually like this
Mm-hmm.
in reality.
So would you do glue it to the stand?
No, at the top. I clamped it to the stand.
Okay.
I had a white background and a flash on the ground.
And you just poured the water in.
And let the water come out and took pictures of it.
And how long did that take before all the water was gone?
Just a few
Couple
seconds.
seconds. And
Yeah.
you were able to take the shot that fast?
Oh, yeah. You take several shots.
Well, you were able to do it that quickly?
Oh, yeah. Because
And it's
I put a
pretty good
cork
camera.
in it.
My camera gets all, you have to focus it. And
Nah, you'll be fine. Yeah, you can do it. But, you
I
can't
like
can't
that.
do something like that with, say, a phone camera.
no, I'm not, I didn't know that, everybody.
Yeah,
You're
you know.
terrible. He's all right. He's all right. We didn't know that.
Well, no,
we thought we wanted to use an iPhone.
Well, Nokia just
teasing.
released like a 40 megapixel camera phone.
40 megapixel?
Yeah, something like that.
Camera phone.
Yeah, and it's like $700 or something like that.
For-
But 40 megs? I mean,
40 meg or 40 MP?
megapixels. I mean,
Wait a minute, that 40?
40.
MPs, and it's only $700.
The Canon I had, well, it's a camera phone.
Yeah, but still.
So you can't interchange the lenses like.
Right, but what I'm saying, because a 16 megapixel normal camera is about $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, somewhere around there. Right?
The T3i I have is 18 megapixels.
Okay.
And
What did you?
that was just for the body itself
Right.
is like 700.
Okay, but because see, I've been on that one site that starts with the letter E and has 4 letters. We won't promote it.
Okay.
An auction site.
Yeah.
And I've seen things $10,000, $15,000 on there.
Well, now you're looking at professional cameras.
Right.
That are very, very expensive. But the lenses
Right.
are the things like if you
They're
get a
really expensive.
Yeah, I mean you can pay $5,000 for a lens. The ones that you see at sports photographers
Right.
take at the side of a football game.
They're like $20,000, $400,000.
Those are very, very expensive.
I heard there's some lenses like $20,000 to $40,000.
Well, yeah.
But wait a minute. So you're telling me that the camera you have is not considered professional?
No. Professional grade cameras are thousands of dollars.
But you're a professional photographer.
Yeah.
But you don't have a professional camera.
No.
And you still can sell professionally. Explain that to the audience.
Yeah, it's in all your work. If you're an artist, you can use a regular pencil and create a masterpiece.
And I understand that, but what I'm getting at is, so you're telling me that if people want to go out and learn how to become a professional photographer, they don't have to spend all that extra amount of
No,
money?
they don't. No, they don't. I was in the store and these people were trying to get a lady to buy, like a $1,500 camera.
Right.
And she just wanted to take some sports pictures of her
Right.
kids
Right.
thing. And, I didn't say anything to her because they were talking to her,
yeah.
but they were just trying to sell it. You don't, the best thing to do is do your research, because when you get a camera that's more than just a point and shoot camera, more than your cell phone camera, you need to learn how to use it.
And that's the other thing. Now, you had access, you were able to go to CCAC.
Right.
And you learned a lot of stuff with photography.
Right.
How much did you know about photography before you had gone there? And how much more did you learn? I mean, put it this way, were you considered a professional before you went there? Give us a little bit of the
Well,
ifs and ands and buts.
with photography,
Yeah,
I probably knew 90% more before I even started school.
okay,
Now, they give you projects to do,
right,
and they critique your stuff,
Right.
and they tell you a lot of things on what to do and what they're looking
Right.
for. Technique
okay.
is taught, but a lot of stuff I researched before then, because I was into photography before I went to CCAC,
Okay.
and I looked online, and YouTube
There you go.
is a great help.
Oh, I'm not, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah,
on the
YouTube is a great help.
No, don't get me wrong on YouTube. I use YouTube.
Online, doing
what
a
have you,
Google
but
search
it's just-
on whatever you want to take. If you want to take a picture of fireworks, look up on Google firework photography. There'll be tons of listings on how to take fireworks, proper ways of doing it, setting your camera, and
And
how
will
to
they
how to
tell you
prepare
what,
yourself.
what type of camera you need?
Well, no, they wouldn't tell you that.
Okay.
All right, now you're going to need more than point and shoot.
Well, of
Now,
course.
some point and shoot cameras, some little small ones,
Right.
they do have, say, a fireworks setting,
Right.
which it does it automatically, but you
Right.
won't get the pictures like you will
No.
if you set it up yourself.
That's true. So how would you set that up since tomorrow is fireworks day?
All right, well,
So give us a fireworks photography lesson if you don't mind.
okay, well.
And then we got to get to the graphic artist thing, or else we're going to have you back.
All right, if you have a DSLR camera like a Canon or a Nikon,
Can you tell them what a DSLR camera is? Because not everybody knows.
a digital single reflex camera.
All right.
Okay, and those are the ones with the
And that's, you
interchangeable
can
lenses.
get different lenses and
Right.
spend hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but you want to set your ISO setting,
ISO.
setting at the lowest setting possible,
Okay.
which on my camera it's 100,
All right.
and some other cameras I believe it's 2 or 3.
So how do you actually capture the fireworks, though, predicated on you don't know how far up the actual fireworks going to be? So if you set it on a tripod, how can you kind of guesstimate?
All right, well you have to take it off of auto focus.
That's
All right,
for sure.
And you manually focus. When the first firework goes up, you set your camera, take a picture, and if that is in focus, you leave it there.
All right.
And you make sure you have a tripod, because you can take fireworks without, but
It's almost impossible.
yeah, it's
trust
going to
me.
be bad. Now they do have like some artists who do that on purpose.
Now, what about the flash? Where do you set that? Do you
No
use
flash.
that?
No
you
flash.
don't use the
Yeah.
flash.
Flash, flash is good from here, 20, 30 feet, especially
Right.
depending on the type of flash you get. Fireworks are not even going to do
So
anything.
don't even bother with the flash.
Don't even bother with
So if you want to review that, you said the ISO should be about 100.
about 100.
And what if you don't have a camera that can set the ISO?
Well, if you
Because
have a
I don't know
camera,
if
if you have a
mine
point and
is-
shoot camera, then you're going to have a fireworks
Well, I
setting.
don't have a point and shoot, but I have a Olympus 410, and I'm not sure about the settings.
Well, if you have a camera an Olympus that has
Right.
that, I would check the settings.
Okay.
For nighttime photography,
Makes sense.
it has a nighttime mode or a fireworks mode, which those are handled. But you still have to put it on a tripod.
Right, but would that be considered a point and shoot? Because it's a DSLR, but I'm not sure if it has all the settings. I
Can
just
you
really
interchange
don't
the
know.
lenses on it?
You can do that, but
Then
I don't know.
then it's
Okay, so it should.
yeah, you
Okay.
should be able to do that.
Okay, I've never been really that impressed with it. All right, before we go, because we have about 14 minutes, or actually about 12, before we go into that, have you considered, along with your friend, which is Kurt, yeah, hi Kurt, we shouldn't have said his name. Hi Kurt, I know you're low key. Hi Kurt, hi Kurt, hi Kurt. His photography friend and graphic artist. He's going to be mad, isn't he?
No.
Hi, Kurt.
Kurt's okay.
I know, Kurt's a good guy. But your friend, and also the young lady, I think her name was Janice. Have you considered possibly starting a low-cost classes for photography and graphics? Because I can tell you right now, I have Adobe Photoshop on my Mac machine, my Mac computer. Excuse me. And I don't know how to use it at all. I guess I could do the research, like you said, online. But a lot of times it's just confusing because I don't even know what seems to be normal. Like if it's blurry, I don't want it to be blurry. So I think there's an unblur setting or something. But it looks like on the Photoshop, it's like sharp. It says sharp. So I tried that, and then instead of clearing it up, it looks worse. So if you have a blurry, not extremely bad, but slightly blurry photograph, what is the actual real setting that you would want to use in Adobe Photoshop?
Well, they do have that, but it's
Because
like,
it doesn't seem to help.
yeah. Well, what it's doing is putting pixels where there aren't pixels
Right.
there, so it's making up stuff.
Okay.
But with Photoshop, the new CS6 coming out,
Yeah.
it's getting smarter.
Okay.
So
Well, I won't be getting that anytime soon. That's like an $800 program.
Yeah,
$400 to $800 or more.
it's there, unless
Yeah.
you're going to school and then
Right.
you get a student discount.
Boy, I wish I could. Even
Which is-
that is like $400 or $500, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, for Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign,
Right.
$350
That
for
isn't
all
bad.
three,
That isn't bad.
with the student discount.
All right, so let's refer. I want to get to this graphics thing because that's what you are. But that's one of the things that you are. But before we do that, what about the possibility of the three of you getting together possibly and starting some classes or something like that, because I feel that that would be a good way to start your own business and generate income for yourself. Plus, I want to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Would you be
I've
willing
taught,
to consider that?
I have taught a few of my friends to use Photoshop.
Okay.
And
Could you?
the hardest thing with
Right.
Photoshop
Right,
is opening it up
right,
and then looking at all these buttons and trying to figure out what they all do.
right. Let me ask you this. If you were to start this class with Kurt and Janice, do you think you can make it affordable to where you can still generate income and have a good return on your investment and still be able to help people? Do you think that would be able to be factored in? Have you ever considered that? Because I think that would be an excellent thing. And with you having the education you have, Janice, who's the queen of graphics, I think they called her.
Yeah.
And of course with Kurt,
Yeah,
he's an expert.
He's in photography,
Do
and
you,
he's
do
also
you think
a
we
writer.
could do that?
Well, I would love to.
Okay.
You
Well,
know,
I'm going
I
to
mean-
hold you to that now.
No, hey, I would love to.
Tell them that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. What you
I
tell
would
me
love
that
to.
for?
I mean, I love to teach people how to use
Okay.
Photoshop.
Now, can we look at one quick, because we only have a few more minutes. We're going to make sure we get those graphics. Talk about the graphics. Is there anything in your portfolio related to your graphics art?
Oh, yeah, well, there's plenty.
Show us something.
There's
Not the killing part, but
no.
something other than
Oh,
killing,
okay, yeah.
please.
Well, this is
This
very
is humanity matters, isn't it? We're going to whack the matters.
this is very popular now. They're called
right.
infographics,
Okay.
and you see a lot about smartphones,
Right.
especially Apple smartphones and
Right.
stuff like that. But a lot of designers and companies are
Make it a
using
little bit forward. There you go.
are using infographics
It may
to,
show, I don't
to
know.
put out their
Right.
point, and it has percentages on it,
So
what
how do you
sells here.
comprise all these different elements?
Well, you have to do the research first.
Right.
You have to come up with the data.
Makes sense.
Okay, so
That's
you
what
know.
I do a lot with the show.
Oh, there you go. But you have, what's interesting. You have certain sections. So if you want to do something on car buying,
Right.
all right, how would you break that up?
Right.
What groups are buying cars? So, break it up into women. How many women are buying cars?
Right.
How many men are buying cars?
Right.
How many people under the age of 30 are buying
Yeah,
cars?
right.
You can have different ranges.
So you want to have your niches.
Right. You want to have the groups that are of interest.
All right.
Like I broke down this smartphone one
It says,
into
are smartphones taking over the world?
over your world, yeah. And who's using the smartphone?
All right.
From what age group?
Okay.
Globally, what type of smartphones are
Right.
being used? And I made this last year, but this one's already outdated.
Interesting.
And because the smartphone has increased
Right.
more than what they even thought,
Right.
especially with the iPhone, new
Right.
iPhone release and stuff like that.
And with Samuel L. Jackson advertising some of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The
I
series.
like Sam. I got to work with him. I got to meet him back in the day before he was super famous. And he was in a movie where he had gotten killed, and I was the coroner. So I was like, "Hey, how you doing, Sam?" It was different. It was
But
different.
this is being used by a lot of
All right.
businesses now.
Well, since we only have a few minutes left, tell us how you became a graphic artist and some of the applications other than that. Like, I know you can design websites and things like that. Explain, like, the levels of different things you can do, and also, if you can condense it enough to tell us how you got involved with this.
All right, well, I'll start with that first.
All right, well,
Well,
look at these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you see my comb over all the time.
when I was younger, I've always
Right.
been in art.
Okay.
I've drawn a lot, and I've always done that.
So you've been blessed with that skill.
Yeah,
and
it's
talent.
just something that I just could do.
Right.
And from the second grade, when I was in Richmond, Virginia, I didn't know what was going on,
Right.
but I made something, and they put it in the Tallheimers Art Show.
Okay.
And that was in the second grade.
All right,
So
that's pretty
basically,
exciting.
just well, it was later on.
Right.
In second grade, I didn't know what was going
Right,
on.
right.
But I've been in Tallheimers Art Show maybe 2 or 3 times even after that. But later on, as a student,
Right.
I knew what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
And then, working with computers when I was younger as well, it just all went together. So just 10 years ago, I was messing with Photoshop, trying to learn it, and teach myself.
Right,
you know?
exactly, self-taught. Like
Yeah.
I've done almost everything I've ever done is self-taught, actually.
Yeah, self-taught. And, you know.
Which I commend you for. You know, that's something to be proud of, because it's hard to be self-taught, because there's also self-discipline involved.
Yeah.
Self-motivation.
Well,
so I have to congratulate you
you
on
open
that.
up a program and it's confusing.
Yes, it is.
Very confusing.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't know where to go, but
That's true.
you just keep doing it.
Right.
And, you know, the internet's a great help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look up something and just look up something that you want to do. Say you want to take a picture of a waterfall. Taking pictures of waterfalls, and that'll bring it up, and you follow that. Then once you start doing it, and you do it often, it becomes part of your habits and part of something that you know. So that's what I've done. I've done that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Follow tutorials. You know, there's thousands of tutorials online, and I've just done it. And with my background, starting as young as I had some kind of artistic talent.
Right, right.
It just went over to that.
That's pretty
and
exciting
it became
stuff.
easy. Yeah, I love it.
So let me ask you, we're not allowed to advertise here, but if somebody wanted to really get in touch with you, is there any website or not? I don't want you to get 10,000 emails, but a way to communicate with you that our audience out there who's probably going to want to contact you at some point, is there a way for them to do that without killing your email? Or do you have a website, a Facebook,
I have
LinkedIn?
a LinkedIn account.
Well, could you tell them?
And,
wait a minute.
What?
I'm right here, okay? John, I'm right here. See me? I'm right here. I'm the real Albert Torcaso, right?
You are
but
real
But see, I'm right here. I could talk to you after the show's off in 5 minutes, right?
Right.
Can they talk to you?
Sure.
How can they talk to you? They're not there. Just tell them.
My LinkedIn account.
I'm giving them the business, guys and gals.
Just type in John Hill 2012
At
under
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. And it has a link to my portfolio, which is on Flickr, and a lot of my information on there.
All right. Well, we're going to be closing down. Now, before we do, I want to officially invite you to be on another future episode of Humanity Matters sometime early next year if you're interested. And hopefully we can get your friend Kurt to come on. He's like, I don't do TV. Yeah, it was fun.
Kurt does writing. He actually writes.
I know
writes.
that, but well, that's why he should be on. We could talk about. But here's the other thing. I'll give you another option. I do a podcast, which I have over 386 episodes. It's a call-in. It's like a conference call thing. How about doing a podcast, because we can actually advertise on that? Would you be willing to do that? And could you talk Kurt into it?
I'll talk to him.
All right, talk to Janice about it too. Yeah. But for now, we got 5 minutes. I want you to say goodbye to the people. But before we do you have anything on your mind you would like to share with the people? Maybe you want to inspire the people. This is your time. You got a minute to just speak. I don't care what you talk about. You can talk about the Pirates winning or losing. I don't know.
No, that's a dead horse right there.
Well, say something to the audience.
Well,
don't just say, don't abuse my audience like she slapped me around the video.
If you have a passion for drawing, photography, go online, do as many tutorials as you can, take pictures of whatever, and take a lot. It's not like the old days where it was old, you're using film and you're wasting it. It's digital photography. You take it, you delete it if you don't like it, and if you take 100 shots, you may get 2 good shots in there, but those are keepers.
Yeah, I agree.
They are.
Well, the background here, I don't know what you think of it, but I took this about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. It's in South Park, Pennsylvania. But I'm just glad you encouraged people because, I said earlier to Kay, don't let anything stop you. And I like the fact that you have that can-do spirit. So I have to commend you for that.
Thank you.
Even though you picked on me like Annette, but that's all right.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. Well, everybody, Annette and Chris wants to say goodnight, so say goodnight, Chris and Annette, and then I got to say my tagline.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight, but I have to remind Al of one thing before we close the show.
Uh-oh.
You wanted to talk about them upholding the health care law.
Oh, yeah. Well, real quickly, we don't have time. Yes, the Affordable Health Care Act was upheld. Whatever you feel about it, if you're for or against it, let me tell you something. Be for it because it saves lives. We'll talk about it on a future episode. I promise you I'll give you more information. But for now, be in favor of it because in the final analysis, it's about saving lives. Real quickly, Annette, Chris, you're not Annette, you're Chris. Say goodnight real fast because we got like 32 seconds.
Okay,
here.
one thing is I couldn't give you one Pittsburgh update, but if you go on the website, one spelled out, Pittsburgh.com, and you get updates there because we don't have time to do that.
You have 30 more
good
seconds.
night, everyone.
No, wait, you got more seconds. Give the update.
But yeah, so what we're one thing we're doing is we're the digging of the Shop and Save up in the Hill District. They stopped digging for because they said money ran out and things like that. But the Penguins has agreed to give $2 million to continue the building the Shop and Save in the Hill District. But go on onepittsburgh.com and you get more information. And then in the future, we're going to be talking about UPMC. Because they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Him in trouble.
Good
Him in
night.
trouble. It wasn't me, UPMC. It was him. But anyway, I got to go. All right, UPMC, you may be getting on our last nerve. But anyway, everybody remember that you and humanity and all forms of life matter.
Charlie was a humble man, born deaf, mute, and blind. He sold pencils down on the corner for a nickel, 3 for a dime. Refusing to stand in a welfare line, he wasn't one to complain. And long after he passed on, fond memories of his smile remain. If a picture